For 5,000 years, this land, Egypt, and the epic civilization it gave birth to has been shaped by one thing more than any other. This awesome river, the River Nile. The Nile helped temples to rise, pharaohs to rule, and pyramids to be built. Without the Nile, there'd have been no ancient Egypt. So I'm setting off on the historical journey of a lifetime. A 900-mile adventure along the Nile, across the whole of Egypt. I'll explore Egypt's greatest achievements. It is truly wonderful, isn't it? And find treasures hidden for thousands of years. Oh my God, that's a sheer drop down there. This is my chance to travel this fabulous land. Oh, lovely. And experience it as the ancient Egyptians did, from the River Nile. From pharaohs to slaves, from facts to fantasies. I want to explore firsthand and to understand how this river shaped one of the world's first and greatest civilizations. Join me as I uncover 5,000 years of history along the River Nile. For thousands of years, this river has been the lifeblood of Egypt. My first taste of the mighty Nile is its mouth. I've hitched a lift on this fishing boat to check out where the river meets the sea. These boats are coming in from the Mediterranean because I'm right at the very mouth of the Nile on the Delta. Since ancient times, this has been Egypt's gateway to the world. And it was along these waters the world connected to a civilization that's had enormous influence on all our lives. For thousands of years, the Nile has nourished culture and civilization and technology, but it's also been people's homes. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to be leaving the land and living on the water. I hope to be meeting old friends and perhaps making new ones, so I can try to understand the power and the secrets and the stories of this historical dynamo. My journey proper begins on the other side of the Nile Delta at Cairo, where the mass of streams and canals at the Nile's end come together to form one glorious river. From there, I'm sailing upstream, using the river like a historical treasure map to investigate great sites and new discoveries from ancient Egypt. It's an adventure along Egypt's river artery all the way to its border with Sudan. But to do any of this, I'm going to need more than just a fishing boat. Because I'm making a historical journey, my home for the next couple of weeks is going to be a traditional boat that for centuries has sailed up and down the River Nile. It's this beautiful thing, a dahabeah. Part barge, part sailboat, dahabeahs are unique to the shallow waters of the Nile. My goodness, this is absolutely huge. I wasn't expecting it to be so big. Hello. Hi, are you Osama?
Please, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you so
Please.
much. I will. Gosh, this is so beautiful. What an amazing boat. I've seen them in pictures, these, but I've never actually had the chance to sail on one before. Flat-bottom boats like this have sailed up the Nile for thousands of years. In ancient Egypt, the symbol for any kind of a journey was a boat.
And this is our captain.
Hi, the captain.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Bethany. How nice
Welcome,
to see you. Thank you. And this is your crew, is it?
Yeah.
Hi, gentlemen. Hi, I'm Bethany. Hi. The ancient Egyptians were a bit wary of ocean travel, but when it came to the Nile, they were in their element.
So, Bethany, let me show you our cabin.
Cruises on dahabeahs like this became popular 200 years ago, as modern-day travellers fell under Egypt's spell. It's pitch black in here, everybody.
I'll open the curtains for you.
Oh my goodness. Hello, Niall. This is ridiculous. I'm going to tell my husband and my kids when I get home. They think I'm working very hard.
This is your private terrace.
I got my own little deck. Oh, that's not bad, Osama. I do really love this river.
The River Nile is actually the father of all over the world.
Yes.
This is what I think about the River Nile.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it just created a whole world, didn't it, the Nile?
There's no doubt.
No, amazing. And I'm going to explore its secrets. One thing you learn quickly in Egypt is that it's smart to avoid the midday heat. So as dawn arrives, the crew get ready to depart. And as the sun appears, we're on our way. The Nile united ancient Egyptians from north to south and bank to bank. I want to try to understand these people and the role this river played in all their lives. And I'll be exploring the land that first got me hooked on history. Whenever I go travelling, I always take one of these. So I write notes from the places I've visited, I bring quotes from ancient authors and sometimes photos. But for this trip, I've been asked to include some photos of myself. And there's a reason for this. I was 5 years old when I first saw the British Museum and its amazing Tutankhamun exhibition. That experience inspired me to write my first book. This is my busy book, by Bethany, and this is my theory on why and how Tutankhamun died. Tutankhamun was a long time ago. He must have lots of men because he was rich and he was very, very nice. But one day, some, spelt S-U-N, mosquitoes that were very germy bit him and he died. Somebody buried the jewellery and made doors for the jewellery. But after, some men dug it up, obviously archaeologists, and lots and lots and lots and lots of people went to the museum, and on the television you can see it. The story of Tutankhamun has captivated millions. He's one of the reasons I became a historian. I've been tipped off that this afternoon something rather extraordinary is happening. I've got an appointment with one of the world's leading Egyptologists at the Egyptian Museum. I can't tell you how much this is my happy place because this museum is 5,000 square metres and it's absolutely jam-packed with artefacts and treasures and objects. But even so, there's not enough room for them all, so they have to be stored out here in the courtyard. This magnificent museum holds 120,000 Egyptian antiquities. Amongst them is the world's greatest collection of royal coffins. And this afternoon, one of them is going to be opened for a very rare glimpse of the mummy inside. So I think it's somewhere around here, I think. Hi, Salima. Professor Salima Ikram and I share a passion for the story of Egypt.
I'm so pleased that you could come.
Salima is a world expert in mummification, and today I'm joining her team. Their subject is 3,400 years old. She's called Tuya, and she's no less than the great-grandmother of Tutankhamun.
I've never actually seen her face. No, because this has not been opened for ages.
Salima needs to check on Tuya's body, so her glass cabinet is being opened. Her coffin lid will be removed, And for the first time in years, we'll be able to see her mummified.